Good morning, I'm Doug McKinley for Doug McKinley Photography, and I'm here at the beginning of the Cape Scott Trail on the northern tip of Vancouver Island. I'm really looking forward to this walk. I've been commissioned by a London magazine to do the pictures, some video, and the copy. Now I'm hoping along this trail I get to see some wildlife. There are lots of black bears in the region. With any luck, I'll get some of those guys on tape. So I'm sitting here on the edge of Eric Lake. Not far in really, maybe about 4 or 5 kilometers in. I've been taking my time. It's really nice being on the trail practically on my own. I've only ran into 2 other hikers, which is fantastic. So no pressure really, I'm by myself, so no pressure to go too quickly. I can stop and get the pictures that I want, or a little video if I want to. The lake's really nice, and it's as good a spot as any to take a break. Get some energy with an energy bar and a little bit of water, take on some water, because it's quite muggy and it's quite buggy. So I'm sweating a fair bit, so I need to try and keep the hydration up. I'm packing a fair bit of weight because of my camera equipment. So my pack is, when I weighed it yesterday, it was 28 kilos, which is probably a little bit heavy, but there you go. Now I see in the distance behind me, there's some skunk cabbage, which you don't really get in the UK, but it's got that really pungent skunky smell to it, and I can even smell it where I'm sitting. I'm probably 100 meters, 150 meters away from it. I can still smell it. The lake is nice. It's kind of swampy, but nice. I don't have any clue if there's any fish in it, but it's a pretty little spot, and it's the perfect respite from the trail. I've got about, I think, 8, maybe 9K still to go to get to the beach I'm heading for. And I'm just taking my time, enjoying it. No fauna. Seen lots of flora, but haven't ran into any bears yet. I've heard some interesting birds. I couldn't really tell you what they are because I don't really know much about birds. No eagles yet, but no bears either, which is good, and it's kind of bad at the same time. It's a little disappointing. I wanted to see some bears, but you know, it's not over yet. We can still get there. So I'm having a drink of water and I'm kicking back. So I'm about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. The trail is starting to get a little more rough. Lots of swampy bits. Fortunately, the rangers have covered up a lot of it with some planks, some walkways, but they're looking a little old as well. So it's you got to watch your footing. It's absolutely stunning in here. The weather's overcast a little bit, but it's warm. Hasn't started raining yet, so hopefully that'll stay away. But you know, we don't call this the wet coast for nothing. There is a good chance it'll probably going to rain on me at least once in the next 2 or 3 days. But with any luck, it'll be minimal, and I won't get soaking wet. And on that cheery note, I'm going to keep going. So I made it up here to Nielsen Bight last night. It was a bit late, but there was still light in the sky, so I managed to get some nice evening pictures. The trail was a bit long, maybe 16, 17 kilometers, but it made it worse because I was carrying far too much stuff. Now it's that whole catch-22, you know, should I carry all that gear, all that camera gear with me? Will I need it? And in my mind, I think if I don't bring it, I'll need it. Then when I do bring it, I won't need it. Well, fortunately last night, I actually did use a couple of longer lenses, so that really helped. Now I woke up this morning to an absolutely stunning morning with the sun creating some really nice color in the sky and over the sea. The sea is flat right now. It's just like glass out there. So that's making things look absolutely great. And so my morning here is just having a cup of coffee, packing up my kit, and then heading to the next spot, which is a place called St. Joseph Beach, or just St. Joe's, as everyone calls it. Now again, that's going to be another 16, 17 kilometer walk, carrying all that stuff, so it won't be easy. It'll be a little bit hard on the shoulders, but I know once I get there that, from what I've been told, it's a stunning spot and I'll get some more great images. It's morning, and it's my last day in the Cape Scott Provincial Park, and I'm at St. Joe's Beach. Now, I made it in last night quite late, and all I wanted to do was go to sleep. Strung up my hammock and gone. I was just absolutely gone within about 15 minutes. So it's been a great trip, great trek. Now, I've done the whole thing with about 36K in about 3 days, which on the surface doesn't sound like a lot, but considering the trail is pretty gnarly on the way up there, I probably did it too quickly. I should have taken an extra day or two. I just didn't have it, so I just pushed on through. Now the trail up to Cape Scott was really gnarly in places. Like I said, lots of roots, lots of ups and downs, lots of mud, lots of logs to cross over across the trail. Not so much the elevation gain, just that constantly working, trying to negotiate those roots, negotiate that mud while carrying a backpack that's far too heavy. Now there's the conundrum. I've got all that gear in the back there, and even though I had some big lenses in there, I did use them. Now on the surface I should never have carried them, and my body's telling me that today. Don't ever do that again. The problem is that I keep thinking I'm 25 when I'm not. Anyhow, it's been a really special trip. Now today it's a little overcast. You can see around me this fantastic beach. Look at the size of this, all this great sand. This is the first day in that I've actually seen cloud in any kind of substantial sizes. I was told before leaving we're gonna have 7 days of rain. So of course I packed all my rain gear as well, just adding to the weight, just to really shove that home to you. But so I've enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm a little bit painful today, but the pictures I think are going to look good. On the back of the camera, they look good, so I'm pretty happy. I think but I won't know for sure until I get back to London and have a look through the computer. But I'm out of here today. One last 2 kilometer walk back to the car park where someone's picking me up, and then vamos back to Vancouver, back to London. So it's time for me to sign off here from St. Joe's on the western side of Vancouver Island in Canada. Thanks for watching. I'm Doug McKinley.